everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leah Catherine and this is Leah Sees Movies, back with the next episode of Young Justice. Last episode was the most AO3 of them all. We found out that Superboy's other Gene Daddy is Lex Luthor himself, and that is so funny to me. I'm hoping that we actually at some point bring Superman in to deal with this revelation, because right now he's I just realized he's the bad vibes tweet. Okay. In Superman's defense, Superboy does have bad vibes, but still, we should hold him to a higher level of parenting. So I'm hoping that comes into play at some point. At some point this season, I really don't even know at this point. Every time I think I know like what they're gonna focus on for the next few episodes, they just do the exact opposite. Also, the Genomorphs are slaves. That's cool. We tried to save them, didn't work out. Well, actually no. Dubalex tried to save them. Superboy barely cared and then was like, whoops, got you guys caught again. See, bad vibes. So this time I even managed to avoid the thumbnail, so I'm really going into this fairly blind. No idea what this episode is about to be, and I guess that just makes it exciting. So I'm gonna stop talking. Let's get started. This is Halloween vibes. Okay. Clearly I am not familiar enough with DC Spider-Man who is a villain.
No one likes a crusading reporter.
Please, please, not in front of my daughter.
I'm sorry. You know.
Yeah, I fully did not know this character existed. It's a little petty to take one of Marvel's like most infamous heroes and be like, to take one of Marvel's most famous heroes and be like, what if we just made him a bad guy? This is the same intro to Hawkeye. Just like, I'm gonna take up archery now. This long dead weapon is somehow very useful in modern times.
Well done, Strange.
I don't suppose you'd let me finish off Jones and go about my web-slinging way?
Not a chance.
He's even super talky like Spider-Man. That's hysterical.
Good girl. Take the lead on this one.
He's like, I'm concussed, but you know what? I'm gonna say this is a sign of faith in you, and not that my vision is doubled right now. You're caught in a
Bonus
web.
points for poetic justice.
My dear Morrow, how the mighty have fallen. I refuse to abandon you. In fact, I promise to stop by daily to remind you what an abject failure you've become.
I mean, at least he's not alone on his deathbed. Like, that's a nemesis you can believe in. A nemesis who's there for you in the bad times.
See you next week.
You bet.
Aww. What horrible thing is gonna happen this episode? Because that was super cute.
All units, armed robbery in progress. Corner of Weisinger and Pap.
We'll talk and walk.
For old time's sake.
The Aaron Sorkin walk, but it's with archery. Okay, that dude's smirk was a little...
All clear,
Yeah.
Professor.
Why, thank you, Sportsmaster. It's my pleasure. Pleasure.
I mean, I understand that old dude's a robot, but why were they just like, well, we've put on this show long enough, now we can just shut him down. I mean, I guess you're controlling the cameras, you don't need to worry about like, hey, he's clearly a robot on camera. But still, I think I'd just send him back to his cell and then turn him off.
Congratulations, you made the cut. By year's end, you'll be in the Justice League. But please do me a favor, set a good example and join the team.
I don't know why.
first.
I don't know why I said yay, because I don't like him that much, but I'm just, it's cute. He's being promoted.
This life suits you, Artemis. Most mothers would be horrified. But for me, it's a relief. You don't know how nervous I was when Arrow and Batman first confronted me about your activities.
Confronted us.
Not initially. I'm your mother. They talked to me first.
What did they say? What did you say?
Well, I don't know why she's surprised about that.
While I was in jail for my crimes as huntress.
What? What?
So I was some sort of pity case?
No, you're taking this all
Her
wrong.
mom is Huntress? Nice. Also, I was so shook. I was like not really thinking of Artemis's reaction, but like she was really doing the most. Like, yes, you got on the team because you have the skills, but also A, they should talk to your mother, and B, the fact that your mother is well known to them, even more reason to be like, yo, what's you and or your daughter up to?
Don't get pouty. I invented pouty.
I like Clarion. He's so annoying.
Okay. So maybe I wasn't brought in because I impressed
You
them.
did. You just also had some connections that, you know, were worth investigating.
I've got nothing to prove. I'm one of a kind.
I mean, like 3 of a kind, really.
Artemis, just in time. Look who's agreed to join the team.
Sure. Teams needed a real archer.
Okay, peep. Sportsmaster was spotted coming through Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport.
Hey, I've
In
been
full
there.
costume? Nervy.
Facial recognition software
Tana,
picked
my
up the
girl.
ID. Find out what he's up to.
Are they gonna let Aqualad exist in this one? Probably not.
Sidekicks could suit up on this. Aqualad,
Oh!
Kid Flash, Red Arrow.
Look at that. I literally was already like, they're already gonna find a use to
I
ignore
want
him.
in. With McGann and Robin out, no one's logged more hours piloting the bioship.
Artemis, are you sure?
Absolutely.
Why is Robin out? Isn't he number 1 on? Oh, dynamic duo. That was them. Okay.
You are a real archer.
Oh, look at that. He's trying to be nice.
You've made your own place on the team. You have nothing to prove. Not to me, okay?
Look at this. Look how sweet he can be when he's not being creepy.
There's a mole on your team, Calder. You don't want to face it, so I will. And suspect number 1 is Artemis.
Y'all sound like some haters, to be completely honest. I respect a dramatic exit.
That's Tornado's apartment, right? It is. So,
Just likes to
does he
vibe.
do
Leave
it
him
there?
alone. This is gonna be their B plot, is just spying on Red Tornado. Maybe he like, I don't know, looks at other robots on the internet. Leave him alone. They spent a whole episode humanizing him just to be like, and now we're going to invade his privacy.
But maintain a discreet distance. And that goes double for you, Artemis. Sportsmaster's
Bro.
proven adept at spotting Martian camouflaging when in motion.
Nah, he's disrespectful. I take it back. See? I gave him a yay, and I wasn't even sure why, because I was like, I don't even like him that much. And now I want to take my yay back.
He stopped. Hold your positions. I'm moving in for a closer look.
The thing is,
hey, sis.
being petulant doesn't really,
Reveal who you really are to all your friends.
It's like, I don't know why she feels like she needs to prove herself and like jump in and be involved, but you just open yourself up to these situations.
Nice. Canary teach you that?
I mean, my sister could have, but she abandoned me when I was 5.
Unless you plan on breaking out the pointy ones to use against your own sister.
Why shouldn't I? You are working with Sportsmaster.
Not my choice. Not my call.
She sounded like she meant that.
If you wanted another date, you only had to ask.
You two are dating?
What? No!
Deny the attraction.
I kind of love her.
All, Arrow, you're here.
I read you.
Wait, what? Oh, okay. My brain, I somehow thought she was talking to Red Arrow. Oh, my face blindness is really something.
Couldn't bear to hurt you. Much.
She did put the sword down. And then throw some bombs, but like... Gross.
Artemis, tracer arrow on Sportsmaster now!
He's out of range.
Move!
I mean, you didn't want to make out with Cheshire some more, or what?
He makes the shot you were afraid to even try.
Aqualad, target's made me, so I'll take a dive.
I want to know if they practice pratfalls. There goes the tracer. Oh! He's not stupid. He's like, okay, well, if all the League people are here.
Leave him alone!
Artemis!
Forget me! What about...
I just realized she got defensive over Wally.
Tracer's on her sword.
Brilliant. I knew you could. Oh, hey, there's the guys.
Sir, how forward. Also, I will say, because clearly hers is like she had to touch it to leave the tracer. His had like a 2-part projectile thing. So like it fired and then shot a second thing to the boat. So if she didn't have that same arrow, it makes sense that it was out of range for her, but not for him. It's not a reflection of her ability. Just want to say that.
Saw Cheshire sneaking up on him.
So let's stop looking to place blame and start looking for Cheshire.
Here, since clearly I can't...
Whole
be
new
trusted.
man over here.
You tracker.
Only one of us is making out with her.
It's fine. I'll follow in the bioship.
Kid, Arrow and I will return to the river, and we will all follow as originally planned.
I will say though, if you're like, oh, I'm on a mole hunt, being like, I don't trust you, I don't like you, I don't respect anything about you, not very subtle. Not great at mole hunting. Because if I'm the mole, I'm like, ah, damn, there's someone new on the team and they hate me and they've probably told everyone that they don't trust me.
Etativel. Hector Siri Nipo.
Girl, this
Bark
is
if
not a
tornado
good
comes
use of
back.
your Saturday night.
Is that what I think it is?
I hope it's Red Volcano Bag. I know he melted, but I really enjoy him.
Thank you, Sportsmaster. We'll take it from here.
It's a monkey. I literally thought it was a robot genomorph for a second. I was like, how does he know about genomorphs? Well, I mean, it makes sense, I guess, because they're all working together. But oh, now we're bringing back the starfish. I have been unable to make heads or tails or alarms of anything of their plans. Like, every time. So they're taking in alien starfish, adding some technology, and then magic? What horrifying creation could possibly involve all these parts? I thought they were in Red Tornado's room for a second. I was like, why does Red Tornado have so much Mardi Gras equipment?
It off my sword about a minute after you put it there. Thought you'd want it back since it goes so nicely with the one red arrow gave you. Someone on your team doesn't trust you.
Honestly, it's kind of your own fault, bro. Check your 6 and I don't know, your 12, would that be? I don't know what directly up is.
Arrow to Aqualad. Located Cheshire and Sportsmaster. Rendezvous at my coordinates.
Acknowledged. Sending kid ahead.
So, is
Oh.
Red your friend, or what?
A human passing body, I assume.
Ask Red. Wolf.
Wolf, my love.
I am a robot. This is an android. He will serve as my alter ego, John Smith.
Isn't John already John Smith? Or is he Johnson? There's too many Johns on this damn team.
But your presence is uninvited.
Get him!
Is this a sign of disrespect?
Damn right. Handle them.
No, he's cute. But if the goal's human interaction...
Weird angle.
Iveg me snap. He really needed pants.
He's an android, sweetie. Like, I don't even think he had genitalia. Who really cares? Really just hindering repairs at that point.
Aqualad and I found the tracer on a caboose.
She must have ditched it.
Yeah, figured. Wait, then how did you and Red end up here? I've got this. Go!
Why would you do punching at regular speed?
Freeze!
What are they doing to that starfish?
With what we've created tonight, I could.
Why waste such power on her? Freeze!
All right. Teleporting and drama. As I'd expect from Clarion.
We failed, and we have learned nothing of their plans.
I wonder why.
Hey, who found out Sportsmaster was working for Brain, Clarion, and Ivo?
Yeah, great intel. Except Ivo's been in Bel Rev the whole time.
Well, I just saw him.
Checked. It's the real Ivo, not a robot.
You know, I'm getting pretty tired of you dumping on her.
Artemis ditched that to send us on a wild goose chase.
Are you that freaked out about Arrow joining the team? You had to prove yourself by bringing down the bad guys solo. Please tell me I'm wrong.
This is actually so cute. Like, the first episode, he actually gets really defensive of her against his friend.
Insecure and selfish.
Oh no.
This is the right souvenir for the mission.
How did he make the souvenir such a dramatic thing?
Next time.
Enough.
Bro, shut up. Also, I don't like their confidence that Ivo
This isn't over.
is
Not by
Ivo.
a long shot.
So go, the guards checked, and yes, of course, at this point they trust the guards, but
We wouldn't want to upset your mother.
bro, get out my room.
Will they keep you around now that Red Arrow's joined up? And what if they learn
Whose
the
voice is
truth
that?
about the family ties you've worked so hard to hide?
I mean, so what?
Thanks for the pep talk, Dad. We should have...
What?
You can fight Jade. You can fight me. Time to switch sides, Artemis. You'll never be one of them. You believe
That makes
us.
more sense, because I was like, I don't think Huntress wasn't like a good guy, but it's not that bad. Sportsmaster's bad. Oh, so many parent reveals. Oh gosh. Okay, so I guess every episode is just gonna be parent reveals. Like, who's left? We already know Wally's parents. We know Zatanna. I mean, Aqualad. I don't know. Do his parents matter? Does anything about his backstory matter? Are they gonna show it? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. The point is, so last episode we got Superboy's Gene Daddy, and now we have Artemis's Gene Daddy. He's her father, but like, I'm gonna go ahead and just assume he hasn't had a super overwhelming presence in her life. Her mother is Huntress, and her father is Sportsmaster. That's wild. That is a very athletic baby. No wonder she has abs like that at 16. Jesus. This is one of those things where you don't want to tell anyone who your family is because then you think it makes you suspicious, but then the fact that you hid it makes you way more suspicious. Like, you can't have two people that you're fighting, that your team is against and trying to coordinate against, and you're related to both of them, and you don't tell anyone, because that is far more suspicious than if you tell them, because then all the mind games become way more obvious, because no one, as much as I kept making jokes, no one really thought, oh, Red Arrow and Cheshire are hooking up. Like, even though she flirted with him, even though she kissed him, even though she's doing all that, everyone's like, oh, clearly this is a mind game. They're not actually in a relationship because we trust him and we know what he's about. If you don't do the same with yourself and your familial connection, everyone's going to be like, oh, you led us on a wild goose chase, you let her escape, you said you couldn't see her face in the darkness, all that stuff. They're not going to believe you. I was going to say there's a telepath on the team, so if you were really about it, you could just be like, read my mind, you'll know I'm not lying. But I don't want McGann in my head. Which also, they could just do that to find the mole. Hey, we have a telepath on the team. Go in everyone's brain. Are they up to some shit? Yes? No? Cool? Kick them out? Arrest them? Give them to Batman. Problem solved. You know, that really is the most direct route. I see why they're not doing it, because that's a massive invasion of privacy, and that would kind of erode trust on the team. But if it gets to the point where there's no subtlety anymore. There's no, oh, let's, go about, look around, see what's happening, see if there's anything suspicious. You just have Red Arrow on the team yelling at everybody. I should be like, screw it, let's be straightforward about it. Read my mind, go about your business. McGann, keep it to yourself. Whatever you see in there, it's not mission related, it's my business. If there's one thing she can do, it's keep a secret. So, I will say, if Batman and Green Arrow have already talked to Huntress, who is Artemis's mom, which is so cool. Also, Huntress named her daughter Artemis. Like, that's amazing. Actually, because I think when we first met her, I was like, really? She likes archery and her name's Artemis? That's a little on the nose. Of course her mom named her Artemis. She was like, I like to use crossbows for a living. What am I going to name my child? Artemis, goddess of the hunt. Just well done, ma'am, on the naming. And Chester's name is Jade? I wonder if that has any meaning. It's like, that's the thing we stole when we met each other. Could be, who knows. I got distracted by the name thing. What the fuck was I talking about? Alkalite still didn't get to do anything this damn episode. I am so tired of this. It's pissing me off so much. Like, he was gone for 2 episodes. It's not just like, he's working with Aquaman. When Robin is here, they're like, well, Robin has the most combat experience. And like, yeah, you're the team leader, but And now they have freaking Red Arrow on the team again, where it's like, Alkalai's the team leader, but now we have someone who's older, the same age, and, you know, he's not really a team. Like, he's going to be on the league, so even if it's not official, I think the implication is there. Like, we had to beg him to be on the team, and now he's here and he's giving orders. Like, stop? Just, like, let my dude be the team leader. It's frustrating to me. Like, this whole mission, Red Arrow was giving orders. Why? Why wasn't it, hey, Alkalite, you're the team leader. You team lead. Instead, he was just swimming for half the episode. And he said enough at the end. So that was, you know, that was laying down the law. Wally was actually super cute this episode, and he was protective of Artemis, even against a friend. He was mad at Artemis for replacing. He was like, he was really sweet and like empathetic and like completely 180'd from, not 180, he's always been like a nice kid. He was just, you know, kind of bratty, and then specifically with Artemis, they had their little bickery nemesis thing happening. So like, this was such a whole new world, whole new person. And like, oh, okay, we're bickering, we're fighting, but then once someone was like actually antagonistic towards her, he got so defensive, and I was like, look at my boy. And then she ruined it, same episode. Not for the reason he thinks, but I'm just gonna be sad if we got so much growth kind of out of nowhere, honestly. We got so much growth in one episode just to lose it immediately. Like, it doesn't really feel like Artemis has a good friend on the team except Satana. No one else has really made any real efforts to connect with her that we've seen. So, like, I can kind of, even though I just gave a whole thing about, like, no, you have to tell them early, otherwise they don't trust you. I can kind of see why she wouldn't feel comfortable doing that. Like, I haven't seen, hell, I mean, interaction-wise, Wally has had the most. It may have been negative, they may have been arguing, but, like, as far as time spent communicating one-on-one, it has mostly been with Wally. And then she's had a couple of little girls moments with McGann, but then they were fighting over freaking Connor. So, yeah, she's made one friend on the team. They've had 1 episode out of 23. And yeah, I probably wouldn't feel comfortable telling everyone my secret either. Because another thing is, Red Arrow is just consistently on her ass for no reason, like, since she showed up, being like, she's suspicious, she's that. But Green Arrow and Batman know the deal, so they could just be like, obviously you know that she's not my niece, just know we trust her, we think she's good, I'm training her, mind your business. Because no one has told Red Arrow to mind his business at any point, and he just thinks he's right. And so then the whole mole thing happens, and he's like, vindication, I'm gonna be an asshole. Someone just, like, he's an adult legally. He can vote. He's 18, but he's still a teenager, and I just feel like he's gotten way too much confidence in himself. Just knock him down like 3 to 8 pegs, okay? Chill. And then we have the starfish, which is apparently Starro, who they monkeyed and then did some weird Clarion Witch Boy magic to, and it's an alien. And then they were like, oh, with this power I could, they're like, don't waste it on her. Well, what can they do with just 1 limb? Like, I'm assuming they want Starro to regenerate then. Because, like, unless they're going to be like, now it's a laser starfish arm, and that would be very stupid. Like, unless they're going to do something like that, I'm assuming they gave it the energy to regenerate, so now it's going to be a full-grown Starro. But even then, if that were the case, he wouldn't have said, like, oh, please, now with the power I have, because you would need to wait for it to grow. So there's something in the limb itself that can be used as a weapon. Probably. I feel like this episode answered so many questions and then just gave me a bunch of new ones, just like the last episode. I feel like I'm just left very upset. Like, I want to watch the next episode because this episode just leaves me question mark. I don't know. Everything's crazy. I don't know. Okay, so my final thoughts on that episode are question mark, question mark, question mark. My expectations for next episode are question mark, question mark, question mark. I have no idea what's going on anymore, but I guess next episode we'll find out who Wolf's parents are, I guess. See you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment, etc. All those good things that make me very happy. If you don't want to do any of that, but you've watched all the way to the end of this video, thank you. I still really appreciate you. You can follow me on the Bird app at Leah Sees Movies, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace! I don't know why I waved. It's not a peace sign.